Petroleum dealers are playing hardball with the government. The groups opted to cap off on selling diesel, all in hopes of strong-arming the powers that be into seeing things, well, their way. Altovise Munnings has been following this story. She leads us off tonight with the latest. Good evening, Altovise.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. Well, it's not the news ground transportation stakeholders want to hear, but diesel may not be available across the country for much longer. Apparently, petroleum dealers decided a long time ago to take steps to earn any type of profit they can until government provides a margin that will allow that to happen. Petroleum Dealers Association President Raymond Jones confirming to us in a telephone interview this afternoon that diesel costs about 21 cents less than gasoline, while the price to operate fuel stations has escalated to the point where dealers are barely breaking even, forcing them to now take a stand.
We've approached the government on this, some 1 year ago now. And what we're doing is trying to get them to understand and see, I believe they do, that we need a reasonable margin in order to cover the escalating costs that we've been subjected to like other independent business operators in the country. As far as the timing on this, this will probably continue until we get to the point where we see some achievable or a change in the margin that's going to make it achievable for us to make money selling the product.
Petroleum dealers reiterated their appeal to government to finalize a deal they maintain needs to be concluded desperately.
Diesel is actually more expensive than gasoline right now, at a smaller margin. So what we're trying to achieve is to reduce that operating cost, and that's where the retailers are looking at. And we want to get a profitable change in the regime that we can continue to serve the customers. At the end of the day, by providing them a superior service and product, that's how we can stay in business. But if we were allowed to adjust our margins freely in the current economic environment, you'd see a slight improvement and slight increase in the operating costs. Nothing that's going to stop people from driving, but it's actually give us some relief so we'll actually be have a chance of making a profit.
And the question remains, will gas stations be affected too? Jones claims it all depends on the retailers.
Some people are at the point where they don't want to keep their stations open in the current environment, or at a minimum, reduce significantly the operating hours that stations are presently operating to try to reduce the cost of being business.
Despite the financial shortfall, petroleum dealers insist they are concerned about their customers. But it just doesn't make economic sense to buy fuel for sale without a reasonable chance to make a profit. Well, we contacted Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, for a response on this matter earlier this afternoon. He opted out of making a comment. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Altovise Munnings. Back to you, Makushla.